on my way now. I'm on my way now. I'm on my way now.
Welcome back to another video here of our van life series. Today we're going to be camping off-grid. We can't wait, towards the Lake Meade area of Nevada. It's going to be a lot of fun. Anna's packing up, getting some, what did we have, groceries here? We just went to the grocery store.
We're gonna be off-grid, so we're gonna be cooking for ourselves. Definitely won't have the option of eating out, maybe with some other people, have some grilling going on, have some yummy food, but I'm just my grocery shopping, trying to find spots for everything.
This is what we go through every day, huh?
It is, it's fun though. It's like a
super
jigsaw puzzle all the time.
Trying to find more room here. We got lots of room in this kind of garage. You can see firewood there, so start putting this wherever it fits.
All right, everything's all packed. There's a surprising amount of room in here. I'm sure we just said that a second ago, but it's like, I always seem to find places. Basically, everything under here is almost empty. Like,
I know.
Empty
That's what I was just showing them. Like under here, there's so much room. But yeah, this is good. We're digging this so far, this whole van life thing.
A lot of fun. Just looking at the map to see how far we have to go to get to our maybe off-grid campsite. Could be a little bit of searching to find the right spot, but right now it says 1 hour and 48 minutes.
All right. The Endless Adventure is still with us over here. There's their setup. They're, I think, in the gas station now, but it's time to hit the road, I believe.
Yeah, let's get going.
All right, we're now about 30 minutes into our, I think it's a 3-hour drive, and the views are awesome. This whole side of the United States is just unreal, honestly. Now, if you guys are new around here and you don't know who we are, it's Trevor and Anna. It's Delightful Travelers. We're glad you're here. Hit the thumbs up button. It just helps us out. But for those of you that follow along week to week, we're glad you're back, and you're probably wondering if we're liking van life. And I thought I'd just quickly talk about that. We're literally on day 3, and we've been filming every single day. It's pretty crazy, but we are loving this. This has been so fun. We were able to even empty the toilet. We didn't film that because we didn't want to gross you guys out, but we're figuring out all the gray water and how to hook everything up and what all the buttons and control panels are for. And just, I mean, this is what everybody that has an RV and van life says. I mean, we just feel so free. We can do whatever we want. We didn't really have a plan today, and we decided to try this kind of off-grid camping or wild camping. We are meeting some other friends there, Max and Marin from Voyager Guru. You guys would have saw them in a video already. And of course we have the Endless Adventure here with us as well. So we have a caravan of vans and people today all going to camp off-grid.
So for those of you that are tuning in for the very first time, we are renting this van. We have not in fact bought it, even though I kind of wish we did. Don't have the money for that. But it's a great way for us to be able to test out whether or not we like a van, whether or not we think we could live in a van, or at least part-time live in a van. If it's too small, maybe we'll try out an RV sometime at some point and see how we like that, how they compare with each other. But this is probably a bit of a tease for us because, as I said, we could never afford this. So if we bought something down the line, it would not be something nearly this nice or this expensive. But it's doing really well so far. So when we first got it, we basically just kind of threw our stuff in here and then went into a campground for 3 days. So it's been parked. So this is our first time driving with everything kind of full, everything in the cabinets, and it's doing really well.
The year of this van is like 2021 or 2022. I can't remember what they told us when we left. So we'd never buy something like this. It's probably in the 6 figures. But we are curious. We'd like to buy something probably 20 years old or so, and Pleasureways or Road Treks catches our eye. And if any of you have advice on, like, maybe is one better than the other, or do you guys prefer one over the other, leave us a comment, because we are kind of just peeking at them. I don't want to call it shopping around yet, but we're clearly loving van life, but we're curious if we got one of the two, which would it be? Well, this has been a ride. What do you think?
Pretty intense.
Yeah, did it hit?
I hit multiple times. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I stopped here because I know you can get down, but can you get back up with Clementine?
That's the question.
And even our van.
And the van. And is this the way?
It's definitely the way.
All right, we made it down the hill, no problem there. It was a little gnarly, but now you can see Eric and Allison taking their time, but They're making it. They're making it. Eric went down to scout out Max. Now we're gonna figure out how to get there. Hey, man.
Look at this van.
It's
pretty sweet.
Where are we? We're lost.
We're in the desert. We are in a beautiful, somewhat secluded part of the desert. But yeah, the roads are a little gnarly.
How do we get to where you are?
Down
backwards?
that road. Yeah, I think you
Okay.
guys have to back up just a little bit.
All right.
And, you should be good.
We'll back up.
We're so close, but we're hitting a few roadblocks as we get down there. One, we just don't know if the RV can get where Max and Marin are. And I don't know if we explained before we said we were meeting up with Max and Marin, but they came and picked out a spot. And I think they had some backup spots for the RV. So we're trying to figure out if Eric and Allison are I think they're trying to figure out where they can get to at the moment. They might park a little bit away from the water where Max and Marin are. It's all very confusing at the moment. I'm gonna check all the cabinets. There was a lot of rattling going on here. The moment we got off the main road and onto the dirt road, it was like super shaky. I thought literally everything was gonna break, but
Not bad.
I think we're okay.
Okay, good.
I do think if we were to ever have one of these of our own, everything would be plastic. What do you guys think? Do you guys, for people that actually have a van or spend a lot of time in a van, plastic or glass?
So this is going to be home for the night. Our friends are kind of way off in the distance, but I think it's only about a 5-minute walk. We'll go down there in a little while. But yeah, this is desert camping at its finest. Eric and Allison, they decided to kind of stay just back there, mainly because there's this big hill with a lot of like loose gravel, and we just don't think we'll get back up. But hopefully we can get out of here, and tomorrow, we're only here for one night doing this, but so far, so good. And it's hot in the desert.
So we're gonna talk a little bit about how we're possibly going to survive 24 hours or however many hours it is off-grid, no electricity. How does this work? This is the first time for us, so if you're like a super expert van lifer, you're probably gonna laugh a lot at us because we've never done this before. This is our 3rd day in a van. We know nothing about going off-grid or how any of this stuff works, so hope you have a good laugh if this is something that you enjoy. I think this thing has solar power.
Yeah.
We haven't actually crawled up to the top to actually check, but there's a big panel over here that says solar.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does have solar. We just don't know how long it'll last. Huh?
We don't, and it appears to be charging right now. Obviously, it's very sunny out, and it should be for the next 3-ish hours, so we'll be charging there, but then it'll be dark, so the other question is, like, how long is our battery gonna last? There is clearly a battery in here. I think they told us that as we drive, the battery charges?
The battery charges. There's also a generator if we need that.
There is a backup generator. Hopefully we won't have to use that, but it's great knowing that it's in here. We just push a button and it turns on, so that's convenient.
And we have water.
We have water, and there's a water pump. That's another thing I don't know. It's like when we turn the water pump switch on and we're not actually using the water, is it still pulling power or not? I'm just going to be careful and keep it off just because I don't want to drain the battery accidentally, so we'll just use that as we go. You guys, again, probably laughing at us, being like, of course you can leave that on, or no, definitely keep it off, but maybe leave a comment below if you know the answer.
All right, here's Eric and Clementine here, and we're talking about how are you able to like stay off grid? You guys did it before.
Yes, we have. We haven't gone that long off grid with Clementine, but we're easing into it. The most important thing I think is we have our solar panels on the top. They give us about 400 watts of power in good sun, and that charges up a 300 amp hour battery bank that's in there. And of course has an inverter so we can, charge all our devices through that, 120 volt. You can't really run the AC, so if we stay off grid for a while, we usually do it in like a temperate climate. We don't want to do that in the heat of summer. We also have a big old propane tank down there, and that thing is pretty sweet. You can actually run the heater with that for a long time, so you can stay off grid in winter for a good amount of time. Then there's the water tank. Ours holds 40 gallons. Some people have even more than that, but 40 gallons, you can take a shower, but you're probably only gonna get 2 5-minute showers. But we usually just have enough to wash our hair and then use wet wipe to kind of clean our bodies and stuff, so we can stay a little bit clean and we can stay off grid for a really long time. I think we could go a week or two. We're gonna put that to the test in the coming weeks.
All right.
But we'll see.
Well, now we feel good. We're just over there. So that's good. We didn't think you could do like a week or two.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And we do promise to give you guys a tour of inside of their place, maybe in the next video or something like that.
It's kind of dirty right now, so you guys don't want to see in there. we just everything just bounced and shook all over the place from this off-road trail.
We just came down to Max and Marin's off-grid truck. It has basically a camper attached to the back, and I'll get Max or Marin to explain more of that, how they're able to go off-grid like this. The funny thing is, I think it's like 20 minutes from their house, which is kind of it's around Lake Las Vegas or close to Henderson. But look at this setup, you guys. So this is crazy. The gang's everyone's just meeting each other, but like this is Lake Meade, a sliver of it. Sun's going down over there. I mean, this looks pretty epic. We are way off in the distance that way. That's just someone's truck who's out fishing. But yeah, we're way back there. It's really not that far at all. We just didn't want to risk the drive, but let's go talk to Max or Marin. Found Max. He's gonna take us through how they're able to do this off-grid stuff. What a rig this is. This is so cool.
Yeah, so we call her Dakota.
Good name.
She is a FWC, a four-wheel camper, just a pop-up camper. And the really cool thing is that she can go pretty much anywhere because it's basically a camper that fits in the truck bed, and so wherever the truck can go, the camper can go. And we have it set up pretty good. We've got the awning, we've got...
Yeah, look at this awning. I'll walk under it with you.
This is the Batwing awning.
This is so cool.
270-degree Batwing. And then we got the speaker set up over there.
Got the music. Can we peek inside?
Yeah, check it out.
Oh,
you can pop in there. So it's super comfortable inside because like the upper loft there, the bed actually slides out. It becomes a full king-size bed. And we've got a furnace too, so we do a lot of winter camping, post up for skiing.
So do you have solar, or do you run stuff off the engine?
We usually just run off the engine for now. We've been thinking about doing solar, but we do like a week, 2 weeks kind of max, and so far our batteries are good for that. It hasn't been an issue up until that, because we're kind of moving from time to time. We'll spend like a week in one place, and we'll kind of keep moving, so it hasn't been too much. We don't run anything too power heavy.
Oh, I absolutely love the inside of this. I actually can't wait for Anna and the rest of the gang to see this. What are you girls doing? Chilling by the fire?
Got a beer, got wine. Got a fancy, what do you say, call it?
Oh, it's still a
fireplace?
It's a bougie fire pit. It's like, it has a fan, so as long as you start it, it'll just blow up in smoke and flames and be perfect all
So
night.
I feel like if we commit to van life, maybe we need to get one of these.
Yeah, these guys, maybe we need to do truck life.
Yes! Oh, join the pop-up life.
Yeah.
By the way, this is Marin, and you guys just saw Max.
So if you guys were watching like what, three videos ago? 2-3 videos ago, I can't even remember.
God, you guys filmed so
We're
much.
staying with these guys, and they took us on like a tour around Las Vegas, but kind of a little bit more off the
We went to the Valley of Fire, right?
Yeah.
Yes, we
Before.
did.
Yeah, that
Valley
was
of Fire,
fun.
State Park.
Good morning. How'd you sleep?
Pretty good. Something that we figured out last night, and hopefully it's not a problem and it's just the way it works in here, but we got to bed at probably 11 o'clock or so and went to go turn on this baby, which is the AC/fan above us, and it doesn't turn on. And then we also figured out that the outlets aren't working, so I'm assuming it's just because we're on battery power. Hopefully that's all it is. So we had to open these guys, the windows, get a cross breeze, and we have a little USB fan.
Yeah, we got this little fan here we bought for emergency situations, so that works. And then we have our speaker, and there's like hear that? It's like a noise machine coming out of that. This little guy comes in handy for us. The reason we have it on as a white noise machine at the moment is in case anyone's around this morning and they're going fishing. We didn't want to be woken up, but I turn it off.
Battery 100%.
It's pretty good. We don't travel without this thing. It comes in very handy, even in van life. Do a battery check here, so you can hold this little button in. So now it's back to full. It's back to full.
Okay.
So it
well,
was 2/3 before.
yeah, last night when we got back, probably like 10:30 from Max and Marin's, it was on 2/3, which I thought was weird because it wasn't even doing anything. Or, I mean, it had to run the fridge and stuff while we were gone.
But clearly there's solar on the roof, powering it, putting it to full, and that's what we wondered.
Yeah, interesting.
Time for coffee?
I need to wash my face, get woken up, and definitely make coffee. Thankfully, we have a kettle, we've got propane and a stove as long as I can get it lit.
There you go.
There we go.
Fire! Fire! We also have these little coffee thingies. I don't know exactly what to call these, but the way they work is you put them in a mug and they sit on top, and it works like a pour over. You just put your coffee inside. We absolutely do not travel without these. I mean, they're almost just as important as our phones. Yes, we like our coffee that much, but maybe what we'll do, you guys ask us, we've asked us about these in the past, and I think this little fan, some of you might be interested in that. We'll just put some links down below in the description in case you're interested in them. They come in handy for us. Maybe they'll come in handy for you.
We're just finishing wrapping up here. You can see the Endless Adventure. They're ready to go in the background. And yeah, we got a what, 5-hour drive ahead of us?
5-hour drive. This is going to be our longest drive of the whole trip. So it's going to be a long day, but we're going somewhere really exciting. So that's good.
We are. So we're going to make our way from here, which is, we're very close to Lake Meade, and we're going all the way over to Palm Springs.
That's very dependent on us getting out of here.
Yeah, well, you guys saw the road earlier
Yeah.
in the video. So yeah, we got about a 5-hour drive. The weather's nice. Can't ask for anything more, but
Yeah.
how about the desert, huh? Desert camping
Yeah.
first for us.
Desert camping first. Loved it for sure.
And off-grid went okay.
Yeah, we know the ins and outs. I guess we need to use our generator if we want to do anything more.
Yeah, that's the key. We could have done that. I think it might cost money to use our generator.
The
I could
rental,
see
yeah.
Max and Mariner they're not coming with us today. It's just the Endless Adventure and us going, but they're coming way down there, just coming up probably to say goodbye.
Yeah.
But speaking of goodbye, it's time for us to wrap up. If you're new around here, it's Trevor and Anna, Delightful Travelers. Hit subscribe, click the like button. It just helps us out. If you're not new, thanks for tuning in. We really appreciate you guys coming every single week.
Yes, and obviously way more van life series coming. A couple more videos at least.
I think so. We'll see.
I would think. Anyway,
Yeah.
all right, guys, that's it.
From the desert in Lake Meade in Nevada, wishing you delightful travels.
See you soon.